So today we're going to read a book called Zak's Adventure in Aquaculture. Okay, so this boy here is called Zak. Look at all these places for aquaculture in Seychelles, Zak said. I can't wait to learn about aquaculture. My cousin told me that aquaculture is fish farming, said Magpie. Magpie is this bird, yeah? And this is Zak. Veronica told us to meet her here. I'm excited for this field trip. Hello, Zak. Hello, Magpie. Glad you guys came. We are going to have a lot of fun and learn many things. Welcome to the BRQF, Zak and Magpie. This is where we keep our parent fish. It's here that they are prepared for life and reproduction in captivity. Wow, this is fascinating. Why is it essential to quarantine the fish? Let me explain, Zak. Parent fish are caught at sea. They are then quarantined. This helps to make sure they are free from diseases before mingling with other fish. The fish are acclimatized, which means they get used to living in the tanks instead of the big ocean. You see these tanks? How do you get seawater into these tanks? It's different for each type of tanks. Let me explain, says Veronica. In RAS, there is minimum water exchange, so the water is recirculated in the tanks rather than thrown out. You see, this is a RAS system. These tanks use a RAS, which allows us to maintain the water quality and provide suitable environment for the broodstock. In RAS, there is minimum water exchange, so the water is recirculated. These tanks allows us to maintain the water quality and provide a suitable environment for the broodstock. The BRQF uses a flow-through system. The flow-through basically means that water flows into the tanks and out continuously. Okay, so you see the water comes in and then it flows out. And of course, the water is filtrated. The fish seems happy in these tanks, Zak says. They sure are. Land-based fish farming is another sustainable way to produce seafood. These golden pompanos are eaten in a lot of countries, so these are exported once harvested. These are the golden pompanos. See the two of them? So once the fish are acclimatized and ready, they'll be moved to the next stage for breeding. Exactly. The fish are kept at the BRQF, and when ready, they will start to breed. For some of them, their spawning season is influenced by the moon phases. So for example, some species, they only spawn when it is full moon. You see these ones? This is a full moon, and this is a male fish and a female fish. Wow! What is this place, says Zak. This is surf, where we study and produce collector sea urchins. They're vital for the market demand of uni. Uni is the egg of sea urchin. It is a prized product in Japan. Hold this, Zak. It's a sea urchin. What makes sea urchin so special? Sea urchin plays an important role in our aquaculture efforts too. They help control the algae growth and improve water quality in the farms. They can also be sold for lots of money, as some people love to eat their eggs. You see the sea urchin? You remember you saw it at the facility? Yeah? Okay. So now we're going to the sea cages. So what's happening here, Veronica? Says Zak. This is a pilot sea cage site, Zak. This cage here is being used to study marine finfish farming and its impact on the environment. Cages are used to grow our little fishes from nursery until they are big enough to be harvested. These cages provide a secure area for the fish to grow safely and sustainably. You see the cages? So what are being farmed here? The mangrove snappers. They have so much space to swim. It is important to give the fish enough space to thrive and grow. If we put too many fish together, it causes overcrowding, resulting in injuries and diseases. And Zak wants to know if he can go for a swim. Veronica says, unfortunately, no. We cannot take the risk of contamination. That makes sense, says Zak. So now we see all the different species that we can grow at the BRQF. We have the emperor snapper, we have the golden pompano, we have the brown marbled grouper, and we have the mangrove snappers. Each of these species has a unique characteristic that makes them more suitable for aquaculture in our waters. They also have great market value, which will help our economy, says Veronica. So many interesting fish species to learn about. Now our field trip brings us to the heart of the mangroves. Do you all know what a mangrove is? Yeah? So what does mangroves have to do with aquaculture? Zak asks. Mangroves are essential habitats for marine life. They protect the coast and serve as nursery for young fish and other aquatic species. It is also the home of mangrove crabs. So we are actually helping the ocean by planting trees. So this is what the process looks like. The leaves fall, and then you've got the leaves particled on the ground, and then the crabs eat them, and then all the shrimp eats them, the small fish, the bigger fish, and the bigger fish. You see? So it's a whole system, right? That's awesome, says Zak. Our field trip now takes us to another interesting place. I wonder why we had to go to Poile, asked Zak. We came here to visit a pearl oyster farm, says Veronica. This place looks fascinating. Pearls are treasures from the sea. They are indeed. It takes time and care to cultivate these precious gems. Pearls come from oysters, right? How do they make them? That's correct, Zak. These oysters produces beautiful pearls. Have you guys seen a pearl before? Do you know what a pearl is? Yeah? The ones that we make necklaces with? Okay, so pearls are actually produced as a defense mechanism by the oysters. If, for example, a grain is inserted inside the shells, they will cover the grain with a nacre as a defense, which is a milky white substance. This is what creates the pearl. Wow, this is fascinating, says Zak. Now we want to look at the challenges of aquaculture. Aquaculture has its challenges like environmental issues and disease outbreaks, says Veronica. How do you handle these challenges, asked Zak. Proper management, monitoring, education are key to overcoming the challenges. Working together as a community is crucial too. It is also important to make sure that there are enough space in the cages for the fish to freely swim around without bumping into each other, says Veronica. The next topic is the IMTA. What is an IMTA? IMTA is a sustainable approach where different species are farmed together, creating a balanced ecosystem. For example, if you can grow seaweed around fish farm, the seaweed will filter the water and make it cleaner. At the bottom of the fish cages, you can get sea cucumbers which scavenge on the uneaten food that falls to the bottom of the fish cages from the farm. See, this is what it is. So you'll have the seaweed all around, and then you'll have the bottom feeders at the bottom. It's like a natural harmony of life in the ocean, right? So what are the benefits of aquaculture? The benefits are many, Zak. Can you name a few? Aquaculture helps increase seafood production, ensure food security, and promotes economic growth, says Veronica. Can I name a few more? Asked Zak. Sure, it also protects the marine ecosystem and provides educational and economic opportunities. Great job, Zak. I'm excited to know where we're going now. Actually, we are going to do one of my favorite parts of my job, says Veronica. We're going to a school, the Montfleury School. Welcome to one of the many schools we visit, Zak. Education is vital, Zak. We need to inspire the young generation to care for our oceans and continue responsible aquaculture practices. I'm actually excited to share everything I have learned, says Zak. Welcome to a community meeting. The place looks packed, says Zak. What's the purpose of a community meeting? Zak asked. It's because we need everyone's support to make aquaculture sustainable for the Seychelles' future, says Zak. Makes sense, says Veronica. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Only together can we protect our oceans and create a thriving seafood industry. Let's not keep waiting for too long, says Veronica. Thank you, Veronica, for this wonderful adventure, says Zak. Through the sharing of our adventure, I hope to inspire others to embrace sustainable aquaculture. And thank you for coming with us on this field trip. We look forward to seeing you on our next adventure. Chirp, chirp, new adventure awaits, says Magpie. The end. Did you like the story?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you learn? Yes?
Zak went on an aquaculture adventure.
Okay, so he went to different aquaculture facilities, right? And then there was somebody there showing him around. What was her name?
Veronica.
Veronica, and there was a bird, right? It was a magpie. So we saw lots of fishes, and we also saw, what's the spiky one? It's
sea urchin.
It's a sea urchin. So what is aquaculture?
Fish farming.
It's fish farming. So that's when we keep fish in captivity and we grow them just as we would have any sort of farm. But this one is for fish and it's in the sea. It's in the ocean or it's in water, right? Thank you for coming with us on this adventure. So we look forward to many more adventures with you.